Hello friends, this is Mr. Bart, and this is how you can do the video scavenger hunt assignment for this week. I think it's pretty straightforward, but then again, I've made it up many years ago and have worked on it for years, refining it every single time. So yeah, that's easy for me to say. Hopefully it's easy for you to follow along. Essentially, I really wish Google Classroom had the ability to let me see what you guys see, but this is what the assignment is. I'm gonna add some instructions once I'm done making this video, but when you click here, it should make a document like this, meaning it would make a copy for you. I actually made a copy of the copy because if I were to do this on the, like if I click here, it will open a link. If I were to do it on this one, it would actually, whatever, I'll do one on this one, just so you guys have an example. The big thing here is this row, which says put your GIF here. I know technically it's GIF, but I've called it a GIF forever, so I will continue to call it a GIF. And you want it to move and be alive. The reason for doing this is that next assignment is going to be you're going to recreate a scene, and you can work in a group. That group could be across classes. It doesn't have to be with somebody in your class. You can even work remotely, however you want to make it work. You can certainly work together, but everyone does have to turn stuff in, even if it's the same thing, but that's down the road. Anyway, for this particular one, everybody's working solo. It'd hopefully be one of the last things we do solo, because even though we're in the situation we're in, working remotely, you can still work collaboratively. So, finding extreme long shot. Let's see. The view is so far from the subject that he isn't even visible, often used as an establishing shot. I always think of Full House and Family Matters. Full House, like in the like they show the house outside at like the beginning, the show with the red door, and then Family Matters, I think it's like at the end during the credits, or maybe it's the opening credits. At the end of the opening credits, they do this like shot, which now we would do with a drone, but they probably did with a helicopter back then. The house, and you can kind of see in the window, and you pull all the way back. So you start a little bit closer, and then you pull all the way out to see like the house in Chicago for Family Matters. So that's an extreme long shot, and it's done to kind of show you what the where the thing's taking place. So if, for example, you were doing something about school, you could get a extreme long shot of school, and then people watching it know where this thing is taking place, rather than like what you just jump right into a classroom. I mean, I say that, and then like, for so many things you would break that rule. But again, where we're at, just starting out or new, or even people who have done a lot of video stuff, it's still something that you want to follow for now, because you learn these rules, you establish that you learn these rules, so then you can break the rules for good reason. Okay, so let's type in XLS shot. I'll go to images, and it's amazing to me, like, you can get so much done with Google search. We can see a lot of good examples here already, but remember, ours has to move. And so I go to Tools, which is right, zoom in. So like right under this, the search bar, there's Tools. And this is one of the better things to have. knowledge of, along with like minus Pinterest, meaning that will mean putting that into Google means it will not search Pinterest. So anything to do with Pinterest won't come up on a Google search. If I spell it correctly. So like I can see this one right here is Smack Slide. So if I do minus, I don't even know what Smack Slide is, but probably like a slide show site. Okay. Smack Slide is now banned, or from my search, but Slide Serve is still there. Minus Slide Serve. SERVE. And amazingly enough, that this is the subject of this, I should say, is the, it keeps coming up. It's always the first, no matter how many I get rid of. Anyway, that's just so you know, and for your betterment. When I go back to this, I just deleted all those minuses and researched for XLS shot. All of my tools are reset. They're not open anymore. So I'm going to go to, well, size is one that I usually use so you don't get potato quality. So if you're trying to find an image that you want to have for your video, usually you want to go with large, because like a small picture will be very pixelated in any videos that we do. Type. And the same thing with color. Transparent's a great one to search for if you're looking for something like you can add elements to a video. So if you're talking about this can of beans, but you don't have a can of beans and you want to put in a can of beans, you can find an image of a can of beans with a transparent background and you can place it into the video. Then using keyframing, you could line it up to the movement. But for this, we're just searching for GIFs. Okay. And I'm going to go to View Image, which if you don't have, there is View Image right here. And that is it's in the Chrome store. I don't know if you guys can get it, but Google used to have this thing called View Image, but it got removed for some sort of copyright stuff. But you can get it again with the View Image add-on. Saw a good one. There's so many wrong ones too. It's pretty incredible. But View Image and nothing's coming up. Nice. This one is the one that looked good to me. This is from Shawshank Redemption, which Frank Darabont, one of the more underrated directors. So we're establishing where we're at. You can see everything. It's the opening scene, or when Andy Dufresne gets sent to Shawshank Prison, which I believe is in Maine. Anyway, I am copying this. So up here at the top, I'm going to copy the URL. I can right click, copy. And then, if I bring it over to here and I paste with Command V, or I just go right, paste, then hit enter, it's going to open up in a new window. Paste, and then I hit enter to go. You can see it's there. Now, if I just put this into my it's better if it's alive. And you can use this as a reference for when you're putting together your own movies and videos. Like, what's extreme long shot? Looking at that link isn't really going to be helpful. However, and again, this is useful for now. It's having been a student myself, and realizing how much video, well, and images, visuals can do. Being really good at making things visually look appealing is a important trait, in my opinion, because most people don't want to be bored by boring things. They want to be able to look at something and it comes alive. And so what we're about to do in this particular project, it's gonna hopefully help you in that regard. But just to make something look better, to make a paper look better, have it come alive with images. If you have a situation where the teacher is not going to print this thing out, paper, why not add a GIF into it? Again, give it another layer of awesomeness. There's a wonderful line from the movie Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio plays Frank Abagnale, and it's based in real life. And Frank Abagnale now works for the FBI because he did fraud for a long time and checks. He figured out this way to write checks to himself through TWA, I believe, the airline, and was able to evade capture for a long time until he was captured and ended up working for the FBI after spending a little time incarcerated. It also has Tom Hanks doing just a wonderful Boston accent. Wonderful being relative. Anyway, Frank Abagnale, or Leonardo DiCaprio's father, who's played by Christopher Walken, tells him, why do the Yankees always win? He says, I don't know. And the father says, Christopher Walken says, because everyone's always looking at the pinstripes. So the implication there is the way they look is kind of distracting to the actual content of what they're doing, which maybe it's distracting, but it's also an enhancement in terms of putting together papers and stuff. People don't want to be bored. People want to be entertained to some degree. Okay, so now how we do this. I'm going to place my cursor here. You can see that's blinking. I'm going to go to Insert, Image, by URL. And remember, I copied the URL of this from up here. So I have it copied. And right-click, paste, insert. There it is. And so you go through and get these for everyone. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to leave this. So this is the one that you will have a copy of, meaning you should, when you open this project, have this in there already. I'm going to exit out of this. And this is the one you will not have a copy of, but what I'll do right now, please do not feel obligated to continue to watch, but I do want to leave this in for people who may want to kind of make sure they have everything done the right way. But there it is. Like it's done the right way. You want to make sure you're doing this the way it should be, but for everyone, you want to get a shot, place it in, make sure it's live, or looks alive, it's got motion to it. Sometimes it won't work. Following the way I've shown you, it will work though. Alright, long shot. I wish there were a way where I could tell it, hey, always go by this, meaning the tools that I've set. Yeah, this is a pretty good breakdown of types of shots. It's not a GIF, but you can see full shot. So you want to go like the person's foot to their head. This one goes a bit more than that, but foot to head. Medium shot. I don't know, those arrows are super confusing. Medium shots from the waist up. So this second red. Ridiculous. The second red thing right here. That's a medium shot. Next one in, medium close up from like the chest up, a little blip below the neck. Close up, you see the person's face very close, and an extreme close up where you see that's an extreme close up. Why an extreme close up at points? It's like right now, I'm at a medium close up, close up, extreme close up, and tell me what my attitude is when I do. Shifty eyes always indicate someone's up to no good. So shifty eyes, you can do reactions like surprise, that sort of thing. You tell a lot from somebody's eyes. We tell a lot from somebody's eyes because we're interacting with people. Even for those of us who are not super personable, whether we like it or not, we've grown up, we've evolved and come through history and ancestry of people that have had to work together. So we're used to getting and picking up on people's emotions and facial features. Some people better than others, certainly, but we all, to some degree, have it. Tools. Type. GIF. Why? We'll get to this later. This is a Zolly. I don't know why it keeps coming up. It's 100% a Zolly. It's not a long shot. Interstellar. Okay. Long shot. Oh, good. Pinterest. We'll go with this one for a long shot. Wonder if I can copy link address. So right-clicking there, save me from doing the view image thing. And insert image by URL. Didn't work. So right-click. Open image in new tab. Okay. That's what you can do if you put that. When you find a GIF on Google search, if you do not have the view image add-on, you can right-click and select open image in new window. Right-click, open image in new tab. Making sure I write those things down in case I forget. Okay. All right, I think I copied it. Insert image by URL. Doop. Why are you saying that? Maybe I didn't. Yep, I must not have for that last time. There it is. Huzzah. Medium shot. Yeah, I feel like before it used to save my preferences in terms of like how it would, it'd search for that within the same fields of the type and what have you. It's all right. What are we on? Medium shot? That's more of a medium close-up, so I will open this. Oh, get to class. Open image in new tab. Gotta save that one for next. Getting ahead of the game. Medium shot. Tools, type, GIF. Right, medium shot. Right click. Open image in new tab. Copy. Insert image URL. Skadoosh. Then we have this one. It's interesting. Like, I wonder, it'd probably be more effective if what I would define, because of video stuff, batched it out, meaning I could go through and get all of those images, then copy and paste. That'd probably be quicker than coming in here, looking for one, onto the next one. But you can see the difference between this and this. And that medium shot, yeah, she's framed as being a medium, without a doubt. There's a little too much headroom, I'd say. Not that it matters for our purposes, but just so you're aware. So the one with, I think that's Jennifer Lawrence, looks a lot closer. It ain't moving though. Why ain't it moving? Maybe that's the reaction to when I asked, why ain't it moving? Okay, close all these tabs. Medium close-up. Search settings. Okay. I was hoping that they would have something under there that would allow it to just continue with the GIF search, but not so much. There's several movies that I like. But The Office isn't really a movie, neither is Breaking Bad, but Big is a movie. Oh, I searched for medium close-up again. Really need to do that. I'm going to replace the Jennifer Lawrence one with this one because it's a better one, and hopefully it will move. Open image in new tab. Copy. Place image by URL. You know what? And for the purposes of what I'm doing here, that might actually be... Make sure you're at class. I mean, can I insert an image here? No. You know what I'm gonna do? Yeah. Placeholder. I love being able to spell very well. I'm just looking for a silly one, man. Nope. That's amazing. No, perfect. So I'm going to put in placeholders, and you'll see why I do this in a moment. Because insert image. If you remember, when I replaced that Jennifer Lawrence one, not photos, gah. When I replaced that Jennifer Lawrence one, it allowed me to just right click instead of having to go up here, image, that sort of thing. So I'm going to try and circumvent having to do that every single time by putting in a placeholder. I'll resize this so it ain't so big. And what I'll do is every time I go to, actually I'll format it so it's in the center as well. Copy, paste. I wonder if I can. Nice. So I'm just clicking the top one in the angles section, holding down shift and clicking the last one, so it's highlighted every single one in there, and I hit command V to paste. Whoa, they got even smaller down there. Same thing here, holding down the shift key while I select the top and then the very bottom, selects all of them, paste. There we are. So, close up. Need the definition. If you want the definition, I put that down into this. It's a good close-up, but remember we want the type is a GIF. Never seen that movie, which I'm assuming is Titanic. That is Inside Out, The Shining. I don't think I've ever seen the entire Shining. Weird that people get really obsessed with it, but yeah, I shouldn't talk about being into weird things. So that's more of an extreme close-up. Benedict Cucumber Patch. Let's see. We'll go with this one. Copy. Open in a new tab. In a new tab. Okay, so the Tumblr one was the Jennifer Lawrence one was on Tumblr as well, and it didn't work. Let's hope that this one does. All right, right click, replace image by URL, paste, replace. There it is. So instead of going up, inserting, oh, that's not a good part of it though. Yeah. Why does it do that? It's weird. Okay, so it looks like that's not gonna work. Give it one more try here. Place image. The other one worked good. Wow. I guess what let's take this one. Copy this again. No, I don't want any of my photos. Place image by URL. Yeah, I get the point process. That's the full thing. No, it's a bit more widescreen, but still, you get the idea. Close up, really see his face. Goop. Go with the big one. That will. Just Command V over those. Sad that my idea didn't work, but it's because of the aspect ratio. I mean, this is a vertical photo portrait, if you will, whereas the video or the GIF is going to be landscape. So delete all that. Extreme close-up. Magneto. Some sort of slug. Snail. That's a good one. Right click. Open image in new tab, yes. Copy. Straight close up. Place image. There we go. An extreme close-up over the shoulder, which is incredibly important for dialogue. If you watch anything, perhaps not absolutely anything, but 99% of stuff, there will always be over the shoulder when there is dialogue, because you are subtly reminding the viewer that there is somebody else who is in this interaction. Why is there like no over the shoulder shots? Then I gotta find one that's like the No Country for Old Men one might be good, but I don't want it to put up a swear word. Then be able to not be able to use this video. Lieutenant Dan ice cream, great, but I'm gonna have to spell it out over the shoulder. It's not even that like crazy of an angle. Right, so spelling the whole thing out seems to be very helpful. And internet man. Nice. Put image in new tab. The shoulder. So obviously there's some action going on here, but normally there'd be like a dialogue back and forth. Place image by URL. place. Nice. Point of view. Yeah, the implications of this at top right here, this photo, it's pretty interesting. I remember I saw The Phantom Menace in 1999. My oldest brother John brought me to see it, and I remember seeing E.T., or the E.T. characters that were in the Senate, that giant building thing. But in that last picture I brought up, E.T. sees Yoda, and he's like trying to talk to him. But E.T. supposedly takes place in our world. So there's a connection to our world and Star Wars through E.T. and Yoda. Cool story, bro. So a lot of the we just used an edit mate. So let's try a different one. Good old Pinterest, I love you. You're great. So use this one. Place image by URL. There we go. So I have this whole first section done. Excuse me while I check my phone. So the framing section, blue. And again, if I'm ever like wondering, I like this one, but it's gonna bother me. Sorry, friends. And the thing that's bothering me about it is just that there's so much headroom, dead headroom. Like the stuff above her, it's like nothing happening there. And it's, in my opinion, you gotta make effective use of what you have. So would having that one that I currently have in there work? Yeah, that would absolutely work. But it's just a personal preference. Can I get a medium shot? Okay. No idea where this is from, but shaking a can of bug spray or spray paint or something. Place image by URL. Place. Yeah, that one right below. Medium close-up. He just eats caviar, I think. Big's a great movie. Tom Hanks. The character Josh Baskin starts out as a kid, but then goes to this machine called Zoltan, and like wishes to be older, so becomes older. So he's a kid trapped in a adult body. Anyway. Much better framing on this medium shot from the waist up. Yep, and you can see still a little headroom here, but they also put in lead room because this is obviously the character is walking from the left to the right, so the next thing is going to occur on this side. Unless the camera's flipped, but walking this way. You're leaving that space open intentionally. Okay. Point of view. You can see from the point of view, it looks like of a baby. Bird's eye view. I believe that's going to be from really high up. Tools. Time. Nope. Type. Yes. That's definitely a bird's eye view. There's a lot of non-working ones. That's like a cartoon being put together. That don't make no sense to me. Okay. Insert image by URL. Back to doing this. Insert. Boom. Alright, forced perspective is one of the more hilarious ones. Yeah, it's a trick. You're trying to trick people with forced perspective. So there's a good example. Because it's just, you know, the guy's closer and all of the friends are further back. Same thing here, but it looks really good. You know, you get the lighting all set, and you know, you could Photoshop this, sure, but the idea is you wouldn't Photoshop it because it's going to look a lot better if it is not Photoshopped, because it looks more authentic. I mean, certainly you try to perhaps enhance it a bit, but let's see, he's got his shoes on, but he doesn't. Yeah, and in Lord of the Rings, that's how they did it. That's the director, Peter Jackson. And you can see, like, they'd use the camera angle to make it appear as if certain actors were small and other actors were large. We'll use this as a forced perspective. Oh yeah, I'll be recording. Hold on, I'm going to take a quick break on a recording. Insert image by URL. I can take a break. I have a specific button for that. So obviously that you can fast forward through this break if I leave it in, if I don't edit it out. You can also enjoy the pictures and music. But I will be back to finish this up, and we are back. But this isn't the right one. This is the right one. Wow, was I doing the other one before with the music off or on? I don't know. I don't think I was. Anyway, continuing on our quest to get this done. High angle. I always get high angle and low angle mixed up. But I think this is one like looking down. Yeah, so the idea is you're looking down, so the figure usually looks not so intimidating, as opposed to low angle where it's low and looking up. The camera's low and looking up. They look more intimidating. Again, there's a lot of things that are just not correct. High angle shot. Technically, that's a GIF. This one from Hugo. This is a high angle shot. One that we'd like. Copy. Here. Insert. Image. By URL. There we go. Eye level. So, just like, see this. It's the wrong button. Eye level. So straight on. Sort of what I'm doing here. With a shiny head. And then low angle is going to be. That's a terrible low angle. Eye level. Beautifully neutral. Type. Yeah, it would have been good if that one from Stranger Things was. Again, it's just incredible to me. There's so many wrong. So many wrong angles. Nope. Good eye level, the Matt Damon part. Perfect. Eye level. Awesome background effect too. Typical of Wes Anderson. He's the director. Image by URL. Insert. Huzzah. Low angle. Right, this is one where, like that one of Benedict Cucumber Patch. But yeah, more of like an intimidation thing. It's not the GIF. Type GIF. That one from Home Alone would have been perfect. What? This isn't a low angle. And you can't even see it. Alright, that's a good one. It's that's an even better one. It's subtle too, so it's not, it doesn't have to be a big dramatic thing. And in fact, most times it's going to be better if it's not. It's subtle, and you're subtly showing with the camera, not by saying Bane is a bad guy. You're showing it low, going up, and he looks bad. And the same is true with all the things we've gone through so far, but especially this one. I once watched that Grinch movie, not the cartoon one, but the, my gosh. And Ron Howard's a very good director, but everything was, it's unsettling to say the least. Okay, let me. Guess it's not gonna load. Yep, there you go. It went. So right here. Nope, right there. Everything's a little off. Again, it's being hidden in the movement, but you know, that's what it's going to. That kind of off. And this one, you can see it really well, of course, with the grid on the screen. Obadiah Stane is talking to Tony Stark. And obviously something's really off. Been a while since I saw this movie, but I can still tell just because of the visual. Let's go with Star Wars, because, well, Star Wars. I wonder if this will work. Insert, and I wonder if it will work because it's got like the Tumblr stuff on the bottom and top. Might not be an image per se, or directly to the image. So right click, open image in new tab. Open image in new tab. Alright, it does work. Just a long, hesitating thing. Alright, and we're finally on to the last section. Pan. Pan. Camera movement. Pan left, pan right. Look at this handy guide. Dolly, boom, jib, tilt, roll, truck. They're all here. Tools. Type, GIF. It's supposed to be a GIF, yes. So that's like a bunch. All right, the quality of the image, meh, but really the pan follows them left to right and keeps them in the shot the entire time. You know, nobody gets cut out. Insert image. By URL. Insert. So tilt. You could say that Dutch angle we use for the Star Wars is a tilt. I wonder if this would work to find GIFs. This is how it works in on Drive. That's a. Wait, I'm doing a tilt, right? Seems like the camera physically moves down. Not bad. That's a handheld. That's not a tilt at all. It's just... This is just somebody falling into the frame. The camera doesn't do anything. That's a zoom out. Which maybe that's good for something later? I don't know. Okay, the running is the best one. I'll give this one a try. Yeah, this is not a tilt. This is literally, the camera is going to down. Not a tilt. So you can see, like, this is what a tilt should do. The physical camera is moving down, so it's not a tilt. This is a truck to the right, because again, the physical, or dolly to the right, truck forward and back. And I know this is going to come up, so opening a new tab. So we'll have that one done. This one still ain't moving. This is a crane shot, which we're going to need later. So I am going to view image because, like I said, we're going to need it later. All right. So this one's a little extreme. Like, because you go all the way over. Normally, you'd never have that. You'd never have, like, the person go all the way over. But the idea is, like, the tilt. That's what... Oops, sorry for hitting the camera. Hitting the microphone. The tilt is the thing. That's a good pan. Too bad we're looking for a... like less intense. Well, I didn't mean to exit out of the whole thing. Yep, that's not... It's not a tilt. I can't find it. The one that worked. Go. Unbelievable. I really just lost it. Maybe that was part of the problem. Alright, there's a tilt. Again, it's less extreme because it doesn't go all the way over like that other one did. So I kind of, I don't know, I'm in between on like whether it should be... There's something to be said for it to be super extreme because then you really get the idea. But again, I think it's more important to see it in between where it's not so extreme, because if it's super extreme, you will you won't notice the more subtle usage of it. Jurassic Park, again, that's a movement. The camera's moving, so it's not a tilt. I'm having a hard time settling on one of these, but great. View image. Copy. Insert. Image by URL. Paste. Insert. Dolly. Hello, Dolly. This is Lewis. Dolly. I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling on camera, but my stomach's growling. Yeah, these things run super smooth. It's really nice. And adding just a little movement to camera shots seems like wouldn't make as big of a difference, but it really does. Just kind of brings them to life, gives them a lot more dynamic movement, as opposed to it just being stationary. Okay, dolly. Yeah, it's okay. I will save this one for later, my goodness. Not a dolly. Not a dolly. There's a tilt. Yeah. Poltergeist. And a lot of them are zollies. Oh, why? Not a dolly. Not a dolly. Jeez. Low angle. Mercy. Okay, finally get a dolly. See, again, it's not super... Love like the craziness that's happening on the side here too. It's not super obvious that there is a dolly, but it is there. It's subtle. Again, you don't have to beat the viewer over the head with, hey, this is a dolly, this is a tilt. It's better in a lot of ways if it's subtle. Handheld, that shouldn't be so hard to find. Normally we want to have a, oh, pardon me as my phone's ringing. 1 second. Okay, shaky cam back. Not the right one. It's the right one. Delete this one. Sorry, in the thing that I'm... There we go. So in the thing I'm using to record, OBS, there's one I keep coming back to and it wasn't the right one, so might as well delete it. Shaky camera. Tools. Type. GIF. Lots of video game stuff. Hunger Games. It's kind of... What in the world is going on there? Okay, so great example here. Shaky camera, but it's not like so shaky that you can't distinguish what's going on. You get the idea, more or less. So, insert image by URL. Insert. There we go. Crane, which we did before, right here, because you can see nowadays these would all be done with drones, but there's this thing called a jib that this was done with. It's like a long like arm that the camera's on the end of, then you move it and you get this. You get this effect, I should say. Insert image by URL. Insert. Alright, and you get the Zolly right here. I'm gonna skip one for now, but you can see this is the effect of dollying forward and zooming out. You see the background? It's a cool effect, very off-putting, which is the idea behind it. It's used a lot. Insert image URL. And the last one, the rack focus. It's another really good and normally subtle way of bringing attention to an object. So having it be out of focus and moving the focus ring so that it brings something into focus. Look at that. Top one. Tools. Type. GIF. Just gonna bring... There you go. Perfect example of a rack focus. Bringing that person in the foreground into focus. Rack focus. Normally, the one of the things has to be a lot further away. You know, if you have a really nice lens, it doesn't have to be, but in most circumstances, it has to be further away and something very close. So having both of those things allows you to be able to do that for most regular cameras. And with that, we have everything. And so if you get stuck, hopefully you can jump in and take a look at this. I hope it was helpful. Good luck. We're all counting on you.